Guys, what is up? We are live. I'm 5 minutes early. I was fired up about this subject matter. Free leads. Who doesn't like free leads for the gym, right? And so I wrote a post and I wanted to explain a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today, but largely it is going to be how to leverage your brick and mortar location for lead generation, right? And so it was a few years ago when I was struggling to, like probably a lot of you guys, struggling to get the same amount of leads from social media, largely Facebook, Instagram, that I was used to. And I had kind of built my business plan and scaling in my trajectory and my strategy. I built it around like being able to bring in a certain amount of leads per month, because I knew how many of them I would probably convert over into members. And I knew about how many members I was losing per month. So I'm like, okay, cool. So as long as I can get this amount of leads and they're quality leads, then I will hit these goals by this time, right? And so what ended up happening was the lead flow slowed down. I still did great in the other areas, but I just was not getting the leads. And of the leads that I was getting, they were just lower quality as well. So it was more taxing on my team, right? And I think that's really important. And a lot of times marketers, right, they don't consider the quality of leads, and they'll just say, well, it's a numbers game. And that can be true. It is a numbers game. It's also very taxing on your team, right? Because imagine if you or a salesperson is sitting there after somebody confirmed, and then they no show you. Like, that's deflating, right? I remember as an owner, thinking I'm still a gym owner. I just don't. I remember as a salesperson owner, that I'm like, dude, okay, I got 6 appointments on my calendar. 3 or 4 of them confirmed. The other 2 might still come in. Like, that's a good 4 or 5 opportunities that I have to close somebody on one of my programs. Cause I know that once I get them in front of me, like, dude, I'm good. Like I've been selling fitness for years. Like, once they're in front of me, I can close them on a program. So I could be driving home today with, $2,000 of prepaid programs and maybe 2 or 3 contracts I added to my monthly recurring revenue. That's a good night, right? Except if they don't show up, then it's deflating as hell, right? Because not only did you not make that money, you lost money because you still spent the money on those leads that just didn't show up. So I'm like, man, there's got to be a way to solve this, right? Because it is getting increasingly difficult to get these leads from Facebook. And the reason being, guys, is that our other competitors started advertising on Facebook. And I'm not talking about competitors as far as like other gyms, more so the bigger players that weren't there when we first started marketing, the other people trying to help people with fitness or weight loss, right? So when you look at your ideal customer, right, your ideal client, it's going to be probably somebody that's in their 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, looking to lose weight and live a healthy lifestyle. Okay. Your gym represents one of the ways that they can do that, but there's other people talking to them about their ways, right? So you could look at Beachbody as an example, and they're like, hey, I got this really cool thing if you're looking to lose weight and get in a healthy lifestyle. And the cool thing is you can do it from home. You don't even got to leave. And we got these, post-workout protein shakes that we'll send with you and homework and all this kind of stuff. And so the person that's looking at your gym might also be looking at that. And then you have at-home equipment like Mirror and Peloton, and they're like, hey, we got a full thing for you. You just invest in this bike and you have a trainer on demand right in front of you. You can set this thing up anywhere you want. It rolls out of place. Look at all the results that people got from this proprietary, thing, right? And then you have supplements, and they're like, hey, fuck all the workouts. I mean, if you take these pills and you drink these supplements, like, look at the people that just lost all this weight from this Nutrisystem, right? And so we have to compete against all these players that weren't in the marketplace, fighting for the same eyeballs that we are. And if you know how Facebook works and the algorithm and the marketing algorithm, they have such things in common that that they're going to get this shown the same ads that our people are going to get shown, but they probably have much bigger marketing budgets, right? And so the person that can spend more for those eyeballs is going to get their attention, and then it becomes a numbers game, right? So for me as a gym owner, I'm like, man, I don't want to play. I don't want to play in that field. I want to play where those guys can't play. So how can I leverage my physical location, my brick and mortar location, so I'm not competing against them? Now I'll still have some competition, but amongst the other brick and mortars, right? At least for this pipeline. And so I put a lot of thought into it. I've come up with quite a few different ways, but the one I'm talking about today, I call a health and fitness fair. Okay. And so what that is I'm going to start a public event, right, on Facebook. Again, I'm going to leverage Facebook, but we're not talking about ads and all that. I'm just going to start a public event. You guys probably have used Facebook for public events, like, whether it's like a brewery tour or like a hike or a charity event or something, you can mark like interested or going. And there might be some like pictures in there from the host that's putting it on, and it's got all the information like, hey, it's going to be this day to this time, this is what to expect, click interested or going if you want to come. We're going to do one of those things. Okay, now our gym is going to do that, except we're not going to call it Body by Design open house, because then people are just going to feel like we're going to pitch them the entire time, right? And so instead we're going to call it a health and fitness fair for your city's name. So I'm in the city of Waukesha, Wisconsin. And so mine is called the Waukesha Health and Fitness Fair. Okay. And in the description of it, I have 6 different activities that I am going to put on. Okay. And so I'm going to write them down for you just so you have this as an example. I got this board behind me anyways, so we might as well use it. So health and fitness fair. Okay, health and fitness fair. Here's the some examples of activities I did. Number 1 is a body comp testing. Okay, number 2 was a booty pump class. Now, each of these are going to be about 15 minutes, 15-minute activities. Okay. Number 3, movement assessment. Okay. Number 4. And guys, you can get as creative as you want with this. I always do something with food. So number 4, we did a quick and healthy breakfast. Number 5, we did mindset. Something that we do at our gym. You may not do that at yours, but we do a mindset where it's like a 15-minute like a 15-minute like workshop type thing where we get people to understand and align themselves with what their goals are. And so you're not chasing somebody else's goals. And then when you reach them, you're not even happy. You just reached somebody else's goals, but really helping to identify what would make you the best version of yourself. Right. And a lot of times, like people identify that if they are in the absolute best shape of their life, like that has a significant impact on their overall state of being, like their mental state, their physical state, their emotional state. Right. We help them identify that during these 15 minutes. Number 6, and guys, you can do as many of these as you want to. You don't have to even do the same ones as us. We might do like a core blaster. And you can pick whatever activities you want. The idea is that they're about 15 minutes long, and they're led by a coach or one of your members that is like, one of your true believers that is here to help the business, right? And so like a body comp testing, typically no one's ever done that. Like they haven't, unless they're a member at your gym, like they haven't done that before. And so it's really eye-opening to them, right? And so they'll jump on your InBody or use your handheld like Omron or whatever you have. They'll get their body fat percentage, give them a body fat chart of where they're at and where they should be. If you don't have one, I have given one away in this group. Just type in the search bar, hey, like body fat percentage chart, and it'll pop up. Print those suckers off, and let them know, hey, here's where you're at. This is where you should be, right? Booty pump class is what it sounds like. Movement assessment. If you have an older clientele and they're like have achy knees or elbows or backs, like, hey, let's take a look at how you move. Maybe you have some overactive muscles. Maybe you have some underactive muscles. We can strengthen, we can stretch, we can get rid of these imbalances. And that's what that would be about. Quick and healthy breakfast. People love free food. So we were making scramblers and handing them out for free and showing them how we can easily make these things in 5 minutes. And the kids like them too. And you can be out the door in no time and still eating healthy for breakfast. I talked about the mindset, and then core blaster is again what it sounds like, just a quick core thing, and that might draw in the booty and the core stuff, kind of drawing a little bit of a younger crowd. But the idea is we say, hey guys, we are hosting this open house. It's a health and fitness fair at Body by Design these days and these times. It's completely free, right? Come whenever you want from 8 a.m. to noon. And we have these activities going on. Come to one of them, come to all of them, right? As soon as they walk in, they can, rotate around the gym and pick different activities that they want to do, right? And if there's a group going on, they just sit and wait for them to finish, and then they're in the next group, right? And typically you'll have people come, they don't usually come by themselves. They'll be coming with a partner or with a group of 3-4 people at the same time. So it's a lot of fun, right? And the key is that each one of the people that are running one of these exercises or activities, they have like that 30-second elevator pitch, right? And this is where you can sell them whatever the hell you want to sell them. At my gym, I sell them a 7-day jump start for $49, right? I'm not going to get no long-term commitment off of somebody coming in on a health and fitness fair, like free open house type thing. But I'll probably get, 40 people to stop into my gym during those 4 hours, which to me is cool. I'm going to pitch all 40 of them 100%, because every single person is going to pitch them. Every single activity host is going to pitch them, which means I have a 100% pitch rate, and I'll probably have about a 20% or a 50% take rate, meaning I close about 20 of them on it, right? And so it's because it's only $49. And the idea is, hey, it's a $49 jump start. I'm going to put you with one of our coaches. They're going to go over nutrition, goal setting with you. And then you can jump in a few of my classes. And our goal is to point you in the right direction over the next 7 days. And then from there, you should be well on your way to your goals, except we are going to try to keep them. They don't know that at the time, but by the time before that 7 days is up, we have it systemized to where we're going to pitch them again and say, wouldn't you like us to continue this journey with you? Right? But we just can't get that long-term program from day one from this type. But I will take $50 times 20 people, because that's a cool $1,000, which is way more than the cost of setting all this stuff up and paying my help. And I have 20 opportunities to keep people on continuity. We'll probably keep about 10 of them, right? If I'm just being real. And we're gonna sell them on long-term high-ticket programs to continue working with that coach, continue getting nutritional advice, continue tracking their weight and body fat, continue jumping in our classes, right? We're going to get them to continue on that same program that they started off with, but just for however long it's going to take for them to reach their goals, right? And so that's what we sell. And the idea is we got to get people in this health and fitness fair, right? And so we start at public Facebook events. If you don't know how to do that, there's a lot of, probably information on Facebook on how to start this event. And then we spread it to everybody that we know. You can make QR codes that go directly to it, which we do. We make posters at the gym with QR codes where they can RSVP. Just use your phone and then mark interested or going, right? We have clipboards where we pass around before and after every workout, getting people to sign up for it. Now, these are our members. So the whole point with members is to get them to bring somebody that's not a member. Don't just come by yourself. You can, but try to bring somebody else, because you already know what we do here, right? So on our clipboards, it says name, and then right next to it, friend or family member that we are going to be bringing with. And then again, the QR code that they can send to their friend, so their friend can mark interested or going. Pick out activities that work really well. Guys, you can network with other businesses in your area, super popular. So if you have like a chiropractor that you like, they can totally come in and set up like a 15-minute adjustment, station. If you got like a yoga person, they can easily set up a 15-minute like yoga thing. Massage therapy works great. There's a lot of different things, even like skincare and stuff, right? It's health and fitness, right? So maybe somebody that sells out of a health store or a supplement store, something like that. They could be giving out tests, or not tests, but like samples of maybe healthy greens juice or whatever they sell. Make it bigger than just your gym, right? I run this every 6 months. You can do it more frequently. We have gyms in our program that do it every 4 months. I do it every 6 months. I do it in the begin, like in spring, and then in fall, because that's when people want to get outside. In Wisconsin, like spring is like, holy shit, the winter is finally over. We can finally dig out from underneath our hole, and there's the earth again, right? So people are looking to go do stuff. And then in fall for us, it's like summer's over. Before I have to go hibernate, I want to do one last thing outside. And so it works really well for us during those 2 times. I've had a lot of success with people doing it in the summer too. But either way, you promote this thing, get your activities. 6 is a good sweet spot because most of us don't have gigantic gyms, so you don't want to take up too much of a blueprint. Have it organized so when they walk in, it shows the different activities that they can go to, and have one person just guiding people. That way they're not walking around looking at whatever. So that's what we do, guys. It works really well. You can run ads to this event. As soon as you have the whole event set up on Facebook, right? You just click the little button that says boost, right? Or promote this event. I think it usually say boost. Facebook changes stuff. I think now it says promote this event, and it's a little blue button. And it'll open up your ads manager. And you can run like 20 bucks a day on it. And guys, you're going to get a shitload of leads from people that are going to mark interested or going. Now, how many of those show up? It depends on how well you work them. I'm not going to go into like how you actually work those leads, because I don't want to make this video an hour long, but you can get a shitload if you wanted to supercharge it with money. I think we usually spend about $500 supercharging our event, and we get a ton of people, guys. Parking lot's always full. I have a ton of like footage from this and pictures and all this stuff on my personal profile. If you look at it, these are health and fitness fairs that we're setting up, and it can be done anywhere, any city, anytime. You just need to know the strategy, right? But this could get you off to a great start. If you're like, hey, that sounds really cool, give it a try. Just give it a try. And you'll probably be successful, right? It's kind of one of those things like a 6-week challenge where you don't need help setting it up. But if somebody before you already has all the pre-done shit, like the templates and the ad copy and all that stuff, it can mean the difference of like getting 10 people to buy your challenge or getting 100 fucking people to buy your challenge. This is kind of one of those same things where you can be successful without the pre-done stuff. But I can tell you this, I have tested it like 4 times. And it was like probably the 5th time where I'm like, oh, okay, this is the perfect way to do it. These are the perfect templates to promote it. This is the right way to set up the event. This is the best way, the best time, the best whatever. And so if you're interested in that, join FitBiz University, right? Join us. This is only one of 8 pipelines, guys. If you look far enough back in this group, I probably talk about all 8 pipelines that we use. Organic. I'm not talking about lead gen or spending money on ads. This is organic, right? And so this is probably one of 8 that I talk about how we're getting leads for gym owners or helping gym owners get their own leads. We're not doing this for them. We're teaching them how to fish, right? So that they can go out and do it themselves, right? Some things, sometimes we fish for them, but we're going to give you everything that you need to just turn this sucker on and make it a massive success, because it's all tried and tested. Anyways, this is something that I hope that you guys could use. You can apply and you can launch. If you're in a warmer state, you can probably still do it this year. And just promote the hell out of it. And anytime, even if you don't do a great job of converting these people into members, anytime you can get a lot of people from your local community into your business, you should probably do that thing, right? Because then they feel that is the #1 way to overcome their objection of the unknown, right? They've already been into your place, right? They've already met you or one of your coaches. The guard is let down. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I've been to that place before. Man, they seemed really cool. It had an awesome vibe there. The music was great. And when they do decide to, get in shape, they should come back to you. Now, when you're doing this, there's a lot of pro tips. Like you should have everybody sign a waiver and have that automatically go into your CRM so you can work those leads on Monday after the event is over, so nobody goes unworked, right? You can do things like if you have a group of 3 ladies and they all say, yes, I'd like to, sign up for your $49 jumpstart. Cool. Fill out this contract right here, all pre-done on clipboards, assume close. And then the person that's running that event would give them a little like Live Strong bracelet thing that has your gym color, right? Why do we give them that? Because then everyone else that's doing the event, that's running an activity knows that these 3 ladies already signed up, right? So they don't even have to worry about pitching them, right? They don't have to pitch them because they've already signed up. That's our internal indicator. And then they can stop by the front desk on the way out. We tell them, here, wear this. So you can stop by the front desk on the way out and they'll get you scheduled to come back in for your first class, right? But it's internal. It's all these hacks that we learned after doing this time over time that turned it into something like massively effective. So anyways, guys, health and fitness fairs, don't sleep on it. You can probably use what I talked about today to throw something together and make it successful. Get a few people signed up, teach your people their 30-second elevator pitch. So after the activity is done, they're like, hey, did you guys like cooking that thing? And they're like, yeah, it was awesome. Cool. So is it fair that I can give you a little 30 seconds about what we do here now? And they'll be like, yeah, absolutely. Be like, cool. So at By Design, we're not only focused on nutrition. We do a lot of fitness. We do a lot of mindset coaching. We track goals. We track results. But ultimately, we do transformations. And so blah, 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 blah. Go through your 30-second elevator pitch. Get a yes or a no. Assume close them. Get them signed up. Pair them up and acquire customers, guys. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully I didn't talk too long and you get an idea of something you can do for free or very low cost. In fact, if you print anything like that, try to not put dates or times on it because then you can just reuse it the next time, right? I have a whole area of health and fitness fair stuff that has no dates or times. I just reuse it, right? So anyways, appreciate you guys taking the time. If you're somebody that took the time to watch this either live or the replay, guys, attention is more valuable than money. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch me. And I'm just here to try to help gym owners. So I'll come back next week Wednesday with something else that, whether the questions are about lead gen or systems or team building or whatever it may be, hopefully with something valuable. My goal is to help gym owners who are struggling get out of troubled waters, right? Because I've been there myself. And then hopefully when you are out of troubled waters and you're like, man, I'd really love to scale this and make this the business of my dreams. Me and my team are waiting for you and we'd love to work with you. So anyways, appreciate you guys and I'll see you next Wednesday. We're out of here.